So I told you the story about the first crash. Now I'll tell the story of the second crash. At 8:14 a.m., Flight United 175 took off Boston Airport it took off Boston Airport, and when it was about 35,000 feet, uh, like Boston Air Traffic Control called Flight United 175 and asked that if they could see Flight 11 that time. And Flight United 175 said no, that they couldn't see it. And around 8:42 and 8:46 a.m. in the morning, the hijackers Faiz, Bani Hamid, and Al Sheri. Here are the pictures. They took off their seats and went to the pilots and stabbed them and started and then Faiz Bani Hamid started flying the plane by himself, and Boston Air Traffic Control called called Flight United 175 several times, but they wouldn't pick up. And about 8:56 a.m. in the morning, just about 7 minutes before the crash, the passengers called their loved ones, and here is a recording of one of the passengers, and his name was Brian, and here's the audio of his call.
Jules, this is Brian. Was on an airplane that's been hijacked. If things don't go well, it's not looking good. I just want you to know I absolutely love you. I want you to do good. So have a good time. Same to my parents and everybody. And I just totally love you, and I'll see you later. Bye, babe. I'll call you.
Okay, so now you heard the audio and the call. Then at about 9, then after that, just a little bit before the calls, Boston Air Traffic Control called New York Air Traffic Control and told them about Flight 175, that how they may be hijacked, and and then at about 9 a.m. in the morning, New York Air Traffic Control they talked about the whereabouts of Flight 175, and about 9:02 a.m. New York Air Traffic Control called Boston and told them that if they could see the plane about 4,500 feet above in the air, and it just felt 800 feet down in one sweep. And at about 9:03 a.m., specifically 9:02 a.m., but 59 seconds this time, just 1 second before 9:03 a.m., Flight 175 crashed into the South Tower between floors 77 and 85, and only 15 people above floor 85 survived, and no one on board in the plane survived. And due to this, about 965 people died. So here's this time I'll do the full screen video, because last time I just did only this much and it was not this well. So this is the full screen video of how the crash was. Okay, so you saw the crash and it was really traumatic. And I'll tell you the aftermath, what happened after this. So 2 more planes were hijacked. They were Flight 93 and 77. So I'll tell about 77 because it got hijacked first. So it also got hijacked it was heading straight towards, I believe, Chicago, but it was hijacked and they turned 30 degrees to... At 8:46 a.m. it was hijacked, and they turned the plane 30 degrees south towards Ohio and then to Washington D.C. And people could start seeing it 6 kilometers, 6 kilometers behind the White House, where George W. Bush was living that time. And then at about after a few minutes it got hijacked. At this time it crashed into the Pentagon, which is the US military base, and that time the camera and security wasn't that well, so they only captured the crash in 3 frames. Here's the video of the crash. Yeah, so that time the camera wasn't good, so it only took 3 consecutive frames, and then flight 90 United 93 got hijacked, and it I don't believe I don't remember where it was going, but it got hijacked, and the hijacker Jara, he stabbed the pilots and started flying the plane above Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and he just straight went for a nosedive. And for the people who don't know what a nosedive is, this is how a normal plane flies. A nosedive is when it just like, when it goes to crash, it just goes like this. Here's an image of a nosedive. So he just nosedived it, and 5 seconds before the crash, and it just crashed into a jungle somewhere, and just 5 seconds before the crash, the passengers were fighting, and they got rid of Jara, but they were too late, and it was only 5 seconds before the crash. And here is an audio of one of the person who just shouted, we're all gonna die here. Here's the audio. That was pretty sad. And then at I believe 9:59 a.m. The South Tower fully collapsed, and it killed many people. And at 10:28 a.m. the North Tower collapsed. And now the aftermath is that after the bodies were discovered, in conclusion, 2,977 people died, including 343 firefighters and 412 health workers. And the place where the towers collapsed, it was called Ground Zero. And then former President George W. Bush, he did this announcement. I'll just show it up in the screen because I don't remember what it is, so I'll just edit it and show it to you in the screen. So here's the announcement which he made, the speech. Okay, so you heard the announcement, and yeah, so I told it was called Ground Zero, and after cleaning up and all, the debris from the World Trade Centers, from 2004 to the construction of a new World Trade Center started. It was called the One World Trade Center, also known as the Freedom Tower. Here's a picture of it. And it's currently the tallest building in the whole USA, and it's the 6th largest building in the whole world. And the construction was over in 2013, and it was open in 2013. So I hope you like this video, and I hope you like both of the parts, and I hope you learn a little bit knowledge. So till the next video comes, bye.